Hey, this is Anik Singhal. I want to tell you a little bit about my new book called The Circle of Profit. It's actually edition number 2. You know, this has 13 years of my experience in it. Do you want to start an online business? Do you want to have complete financial freedom? See, the subtitle of this book is How to Turn Your Passion into $1 Million, and I mean it. It really is that simple. There's a circle you can use. Listen, I started 13 years ago, and when I started, there was no system. And in those 13 years, I've had the privilege to travel the world. I've spoken on stage to thousands of people, and just last year alone, edition number 1, 100,000 students read this book. And we've had so many case studies come in and so many lives changed. Some of the stories are incredibly touching, and I'll tell you right now, it's again using the knowledge that's in this book. And here's the deal, I want to give this to you for free. It's my free gift to you, no catch. I just want to ship it over to your house. Anywhere in the world, I'll ship it to you for one little tiny shipping and handling cost. The deal is, though, I have very few copies of this book, and I know that this book will change your life. So I want you to grab this book. You know, I've traveled all over the world. I've spoken on stages from Singapore to Malaysia to India to US to UK. And here's what's cool, it doesn't matter where in the world you are, but that circle of profit never changes. And sometimes people will say, wow, turn your passion into $1 million. That sounds a little crazy, but I know that's what's so beautiful about this system, is that it is a little crazy. And it's simple. You know, you don't have to have years of experience. You don't have to be a technical person. It works. It worked for me. I still can't put up a web page till this day. So I wrote this book for a very specific reason. I wrote this book because I want to reach out to the world. You know, too many of us wake up every day miserable with what we're doing. That's not how life should be. We shouldn't be miserable anymore in our lives. We should be living a life full of passion. And in today's world, you can turn your passion into your main business, into your income. You can wake up every morning and teach and do that which you love using this circle of profit. So what's in this book? Well, let me explain it to you, all right? First of all, it's called Circle of Profit, right? There are 2 parts to this circle. And so I've basically split the book into 2 phases. Now, phase 1 is all about how to build an email marketing business. Now, that may not mean much to you, but it doesn't need to. We take you through every little step. But what basically phase 1 teaches you is how to start building a business right away. I'm talking about within days, that can start to generate a profit for you, and you don't even have to have your own product. So imagine being able to make money by just promoting other people's products, and we'll show you exactly how to do that. Now, phase 2, we teach you how to develop your own online course. Now, again, you might be thinking, Anik, I'm not a teacher. I've never educated people before. I don't really know how to do that. Doesn't matter. We teach you exactly how to do it. There's really very few steps to it. And we'll teach you how all the top companies are doing it, but we'll also teach you what I've discovered. Now remember, 13 years of experience is packed into this, and we've had thousands of our students go through it. And I actually want to show you some of the stories of our students so you can get an idea of how this book and what's in this book has been able to impact really just lives and how it can impact your life.
I always kept asking myself the question, there has to be something better out there.
It was pretty difficult to find a job right out of school. It really led me to a point where I knew I wanted to be my own boss, but I just didn't know how to do it at that time.
I specialized in myofascial release for about 20 years, especially in healthcare. There really isn't any freedom. Your days are filled.
I would get up in the morning and I was just not looking forward to going to work, but you know, you don't have a choice, you have to go to work.
And I started to look for ways to start my own business, but I was scared. I didn't know where to go to.
I ended up getting fired from my job. I was already living paycheck to paycheck, and I had just lost my paycheck.
I saw that video of Anik, you know, we jumped in, both feet in, and started doing that program. And I did that, I still worked full-time, and I did that on the side, and that's, you know, very, very doable.
I really had very few technical skills, but what I did have was a burning desire for success, the will and determination.
And I learned everything about internet marketing, and I started to implement the step-by-step technique.
They showed me exactly what to do, what to not do, and how to outsource the things that I didn't know how to do, how to get it done.
It's such a relief, such a weight off my shoulder, because now I know that I can wake up anywhere in the world, and even if I don't have a business already running like I do now, I could start one very quickly and build it up.
It is a step-by-step process, and all you have to do is take baby steps every single day. And it doesn't have to be difficult or overwhelming. You just take one step at a time.
My life changed because it gave me the opportunity to do the thing that was the most important to me. And it was to be there with my boys as they grow up.
I'd probably have had to gone back to a 9-to-5 job if it wasn't for Anik.
I can truly say I finally have accomplished my dream to be my own boss and not worry about what the future holds for me.
All right, so I want to tell you a little bit about my story. You know, my 13 years of experience in this book, but it was quite a journey. I started having absolutely no idea how to build an online business. And actually, I wasn't supposed to build an online business. I was studying to be a doctor and I had no idea how to do it. So I turned to the internet and it took me 18 months just to make my first $300. All right, and I tell you the story in here too, and I teach you exactly how I did it. But that was just one piece of the circle. It took me 6 years after that to figure out the rest of the circle, okay? And during that time, I built my company up from literally my small $100 investment that I made, and I grew it all the way to over $10 million a year. In 6 years, I was able to do this with absolutely zero experience starting. And what happened then is, it's kind of hard to talk about, but I just left the circle. Now you might be thinking, what do you mean, Anik? I decided I wanted to do bigger things. I thought I wanted a more complicated system. I wanted something that could scale bigger. So this simple circle, I just abandoned it. And you know what happened? I just, I lost everything. I went into complete debt, $1.7 million into debt, and trying all these other fancy systems, right? Had to shut down my offices, and I had hired all these people. I don't even know why I hired them. You don't need that. With this system, you don't need to hire people. But I did. And I had to let them all go, shut down my offices. And one night, this dark night, I was sitting there staring into just this white wall, and I was asking myself, what happened, Anik? And I realized something that night. I really made this realization that night. I said, this is what happened. I abandoned following the circle of profit. A simple circle, a simple system that teaches you how to turn your passion into $1 million. And you know what? I turned back to it. And so here's what's really cool. $1.7 million in debt, that's what I had built. And in less than 16 months of being back to the simple basics, I had paid back every penny of my debt. I was back on top, and I was back on building my business to $10 million a year again. So let's look at it. The first time around took me 6 years to build up to $10 million. Second time around, 16 months. Because I had a system, because I had the circle. So I've been through a lot, and I talk about all that throughout this book. I give you my story, I tell you what I've been through, my journey. I tell you about the journey of my students. You can see their examples. And I really believe deep down in my heart that when you follow the steps I've outlaid in this book, you can really change your life. All right, so here's the deal. There's very limited copies of this book available. I didn't print that many. And I really want to give this to you for free. It's my gift to you. There's no catch, okay? You're not being forced into continuity or anything crazy like that. It's just a one-time, I just want you to cover the shipping and handling, and I'll ship it to you anywhere in the world, but I've got a surprise. You ready for this? So here's a really cool part. I took this book, I took all the contents in the book, and I made them digitally available. What does that mean? That means on the other side, once you go ahead and order this book, I've got a whole full members area. And in that members area, I'm going to just give you the book. So you could start learning what's in here today, in the next 2 minutes. You don't have to wait for this, whatever time it takes for the book to arrive. You could start taking action today. Here's the other really cool thing. Something that's a bit of a surprise that I'm going to ruin right now. That's in the book. You learn it very quickly. It's meant to be a surprise. I've done video training. So along the book, there are parts where I tell you to go to a page and watch a video. So this is not just a book. There's video training as well. Guys, I've taken my system, my circle of profit that's helped me make millions of dollars. I've sold over $100 million worth of information products online, and I've packed it into this little book here. And I want to give this to you, but I'll also give you online access, because you taking action, you seeing results is what matters to me. That's what makes the difference. So right now, I've got very limited copies, and I want to invite you to join us at the Learn family here. Let us help you change your life. I want to give you my system. I want to give it to you for free. And you can grab it right now. All you need to do is just basically cover the shipping and handling. So somewhere on this page, you should see a little form that asks for your address. Fill it out. Grab your copy of this book before we run out. Again, this is Anik Singhal. I'm really excited to be working with you. I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you so much for being here, for trusting us. Grab your copy of this book and get ready to change your life.